All right. So, yes, we're starting late, the recording, so I'm just going to go ahead and leave that there for a second. This is the solution to question number 5. We'll do more examples, but we're talking about the angle of elevation and the angle of depression. All right. So again, it's the hardest part is generally drawing the picture. All right. That's generally the hardest part of this. All right. So let's go back now and let's grab, well, number 6, we don't have to move because they give us the figure. All right. Which on the test, guess what? I don't draw pictures for you. You got to draw them yourself. Okay, you're welcome. It says, suppose the sun casts a shadow off a 35-foot building. If the angle of elevation to the sun is 60, how long is the shadow? All right, how long is the shadow? So again, we're looking for this shadow right here, so we can call that what? X, right? So the first way we're going to do this is because this is special right triangle. Come on, guys. I need your attention. It's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Who can tell me what X is? Who remembers? I numerically, I don't want the formula. I want the shadow X is equal to an answer. Somebody tell me. Say it again. No. Very good. Something to do with 35. That is correct. Are we getting larger or smaller? We're getting smaller, right? Yes, divide by radical 3. So to go from 35 feet to X, because it's a 30, 60, 90, the rule was you just take 35 and divide it by radical 3. Now, because they said go ahead and round it to the nearest 10th, it'll be what? But we're going to do 3 decimal places because that's what I like. So it's going to be what? 20.207 feet. So that's how long the shadow would be. All right, now we're going to do trig. All right, just to double check and verify. So what trig function could be involved here? Someone? Tangent of what angle? 60 is equal to 35 over X. Right, does anybody have any issues with that? Tangent's opposite over adjacent. So its tangent of 60 is opposite of this angle here is 60, and the adjacent is X. So I want everybody to write, obviously, that X is equal to 35 divided by tangent of 60. So now take 35 and divide it by tangent of 60, and hopefully that's 20.207. Everybody agree? And Morty, I'll let you just tell me this. Is that 20.207? Now remember what I'm telling you guys. I don't think you're getting better just watching me write this on the board. Right? I think you should be typing the numbers in on your calculator. Everybody should be doing that. All right? This is not something that you're familiar with. All right? It's brand new information. So you ought to be practicing. So it's 20.207 feet. Okay, Morty, what? What am I doing? Yeah, but I'm just saying we're just checking the work. That's all, right? I'm showing you. To me personally, I wouldn't do trig if I knew it was a 30, 60, 90 triangle because I know what the relationship is. I'm just simply showing you, let's say you forgot. That's why I tell people, really and truly, the 3690 triangle is not necessary if you know what? If you know trig. All right? So now, here we go, number 7. All right, so Angie sees a hot air balloon in the sky from her spot on the ground. The angle of elevation from Angie to the balloon is 40 degrees. If she steps back 200 feet, the new angle of elevation is 10 degrees. If Angie is 5.5 feet tall, how far off the ground? All right, so everyone put a star by this one. This one is considered really, really hard, actually. All right, so the nice thing about it is I'm going to grab this, and then we're going to come down here because I want more room. All right, so in this particular problem, I want you to be able to tell me, I'm trying to figure out x, correct? So I want everybody to look at the small right triangle and tell me what equation could I use. Say it. Yes, so how do I set up an equation that relates the 40, the x, and the y? That's the question. What are you talking about, 45, 45, 90? All I'm asking, it doesn't matter now. I want to know the relationship between x, y, and 40. That's what you have to know. What's the relationship between x, y, and 40? No, there's not an answer. I'm asking what's the relationship. You got to write a trig function. Come on, guys. Tangent. Come on, guys. Everybody with me. Tangent of 40 is equal to what? X over y. Beautiful. Now, I want to look at the big. I want to look at the big triangle. Somebody write the big triangle for me. A relation. Tangent of 10 is equal to what? Yes, x over y plus 200. All right, I'm happy with that. Does everybody agree? All right, so now there's lots of ways. It's the system of equation, which makes it hard. And again, I'm telling you, this is a good review for those of you guys who've taken standardized tests soon. Right, somebody tell me, what does x equal in the first equation? Just what does x equal? Solving for x. So x equals, come on guys, y tangent 40, thank you. Y tangent 40. Now notice I don't put tangent 40y, right? Because that looks like 40 times y. Does everybody agree with that? So now what does, in the second equation, what does x equal? X equals tangent 10 parentheses y plus 200. Yeah, I don't care. As long as you put parentheses around it. Everybody okay with that? So now what? Set them equal to each other. So now we have y tangent 40 is equal to tangent 10 times y plus 200. Is everybody okay with that? Any issues? All right, now this is kind of gross. That's why we round to 3 decimal places. But I'm going to teach you how to use your calculator. All right, so you get the exact answer. All right, I need someone to tell me what the tangent of 40 is. And then I need you to divide that by the tangent of 10. Okay, so now 4 point what? 4 point, okay, so leave that on your calculator for now, but I want everybody to look up here on the board. Does everybody understand I just divided both sides by tangent of 10, correct? And so now I get 4.759 y equals y plus 200. Does everybody agree with that? So now what am I going to do with this y over here? Subtract it. So what's on your calculator? Now look, I don't care so much about the trig right now. I care about your understanding. When things aren't easy, the numbers are a little bit harder. For whatever reason, people think it's harder math. Is it harder math? No, it's just like, what is 4y minus 1y? That would be what? 3y. So over here, I have 4.759y and subtract 1y. That would just, on your calculator, just do minus 1. And of course, I know that's 3.759. But again, that's equals to what? 200. Now notice I'm still keeping that number in the calculator. So what was y? What does y equal? No, what does y equal? I want you to tell me, how do I get that? How do I get, Dave, tell me how you got that number. No, you're going to do 200 divided by your answer. Does everybody see what I'm getting at, right? I want you to use the number that's in the calculator, not the rounded number. In math, we really try not to round until the what? Very last step. You have a great calculator. It's allowed to store information, right? So I want the exact answer. So the exact answer would be 200 divided by the answer, which is approximately what? Now we're rounding to 3 decimals. All right. Now, if you have 53.208, do I really care? I don't really care. If you said 53.210, I don't care. All right. I'm just saying that's how you use your calculator effectively. So we know that y is this answer, 53.209. I'm still finding x, though. We're supposed to find the height of the balloon. So what does x equal? That answer that's on your calculator, then what? Times tangent 40. So what does x equal now? To 3 decimal places. All right. Now, again, we're not rounding. You use the numbers that were on your calculator. You didn't round. Now, is that the height of the balloon? No. What's the height of the balloon, someone? Yes, plus 5.5. So somebody tell me what that is now. 50 point what? And then we would say that's measured in feet. So the height of the balloon is 50.148. Now understand, there's nothing I can do. You have to do that. You have to try that. It's not an easy thing. All right. Hopefully you kind of agree with the math. Yes. Yes. Right. Because in this equation, it's to help you understand, I should have written 4.759 y equals y plus 200. You agree with that now? That's all. All right. Okay, so I like that very much. All right, let's grab the next problem. All right, so I have probably room here. All right, so what do we got here? Kyle's at the end of a pier 30 feet above the ocean. His eye level is 3 feet above the pier. He's using his binoculars to watch a whale's surface. If the angle of depression is 20 degrees, how far is the whale from the binoculars? All right, so here he is. All right, now notice on the test, I'm not drawing that for you. All right, you'd have to know that. All right, so right off the bat, I'm trying to make sure you're clear that we know this is the angle of what? So immediately, I never used the angle of depression. I automatically just drew this down here because that triangle is already what? It's already drawn for us. So all I did was, instead of putting the 20 degrees up there, I just put what? 20 degrees down there, because I know the angle of depression is equal to the angle of elevation. So the question is, how far is the whale from his eyesight? Which means you're looking for what? The what? We're looking for the hypotenuse. That is correct. We're looking for this guy right here. All right, so go ahead, Sam. What did you say? Somebody, sine, we're going to say it correctly, is equal to 33 over h. Again, I just It's just really simple. All right. So now what does H equal? Now, again, this is where I just think you guys should be good now. So look up just so I can show you. This goes over here. So this divides out over here. That's how your brain should be doing it. If you don't like that, set a proportion, cross, multiply, divide. But that just means you're not good with fractions. All right? Anybody have any questions? That from there. Any issues with that? All right, so the 3 decimal places, the whale's approximately what? Is it feet? Yeah, 96.486 feet away. Anybody have any issues? Yes, good for you. Yeah, that's fine. Poor baby broke her mask. Well, there's a charger in the back. There's a charger here. All right, doesn't take long. Okay, anybody have any questions with that? Anybody have any questions? Of course, so what I want you to try tonight is I want you to try these guys right here. All right. Now, the next thing is, listen, I really kind of want to talk to you about Friday is supposed to be a test. But, and I really don't, in the past, I just try to, in other words, we didn't go to Washington, so we have a little bit of extra time. So I feel like we're in pretty good shape. So there's a lot in this chapter, the trig, the 30, 60, 90, the proportions. So I feel like we should wait until the week that we get back to take our test. All right. So we will not have a test on Friday, if that's okay with everybody. Now, again, listen though. So tonight I need everyone to work on this, and hopefully I did a good job that you feel like you can set things up. Then tomorrow was supposed to be the start of our review. I'm probably just going to start the law of signs, or maybe I might grab the SAT questions that have all of the SAT or all the trig on it. I think that's probably what we'll do. And then maybe Thursday, law of signs, Friday, law of cosines. And then when we come back, we'll just review everything. So again, your job right now, please. All right, since I'm not going to have a test on Friday, just to make sure you heard me correctly, is to now everybody try 1 through 7. All right, everybody's working on 1 through 7 by yourself. Well, not by yourself. I don't care if you work in groups or if you want to help each other out. I want all of them answered. Listen, you can't just say, okay, what is it? And then someone tells you the answer. It doesn't work that way. Does not work that way. And it's going to be hard test if that's all you're doing. You can't just watch me set it up and you set it up and say, okay, that's easy. All right, you have to struggle with the words. All right, they draw pictures. All right, I almost whited out all the pictures, but I decided not to. All right, so please try. All right, and what I'm going to do now is, while you guys are working on this, I'm going to go and find the answers and post them so you can check your answers. Is everybody okay with that? All right, anybody have any questions? All right, thank you guys. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that. Okay, my homeschool peeps, did you guys hear that? You guys okay?
Yes.
All right, so I
Yeah.
don't think it's that hard. All right, setting up the proportions, you all should be good. Okay, so I'm gonna hunt for the solutions now and post them, and you can check your answers. All right,
All right. Thank you.
all right, guys. Have a great day now.
Bye. You too.
Bye.
Bye, guys. All right, let me find.